Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Board Game Man. My name is Jamie Cloninger, and today we're going to be looking at a card game, Point Salad. This just came out in 2019. It's 2 to 6 players. Takes about 15 to 30 minutes to play. Let's go to the gamer's table, and I'll show you how it works. Alrighty, we are at the game table, and let me go over some of the cards you'll see in the game. These are the 6 veggies that are in the game. We got carrot, lettuce, cabbage, tomato, peppers, and onions. Alright, so those are the 6 different ones you have. Now, each one of these cards is double-sided. So you'll see one side is a point card, and the other side is a veggie card. Every single card is like that. You'll see on the point side, you'll see that they actually have the veggie that's on the back side on the front. And I will explain that to you in a moment why that is. Now, depending on how many players you have, depends on how many veggies we have in the game. So, for instance, if we have a 2-player game, you're going to count out 6 of each veggie. If you have 3 players, you'll count out 9 of each veggie. 4 players, you'll remove 6 of each veggie. 5 players, you'll remove 3 of each veggie. And if you have 6 players, you're going to use the entire deck. Okay, there you have it. Now, what we're going to do is, when you take all your cards, depending on how many players you have, you're going to divvy them up into 3 stacks. Now, you don't have to do it exact. You don't have to count every single card. Make sure you get them all perfect. You just kind of eyeball it. Okay, so you'll do boom, boom, boom. You put 3 stacks here. And then what you'll do is you'll put 2 cards down in each row. So you'll take the top 2, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Here we go. Now this top row is called the point card draw piles. And this is the veggie market. Now what you can do on each turn, you can choose to either take 2 veggies from the market, and it can be any 2 you want. It doesn't have to be in the same row. You can go right here and here, here and here, here and here. It doesn't matter. As long as you pick 2. Or you could pick 1 point card. If you see a point card you think you might be able to get some good points on, then you do that. So for instance, a couple of these point cards I'll show you. This one is for each onion you get 2 points for each onion. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. Okay. Then you have like one of these where it's you get 1 point for every onion and 1 point for every cabbage that you have, and you add them up. Now I'm going to show this one. This one could be a little very interesting. And you got to watch out because not all these give you points. You can actually lose points on some of these. Like, for instance, on this point card, for every carrot you have, you get 3 points. But for every onion you get minus 2 points. So that's what makes it a little interesting. And it makes it kind of fun, too. You got to kind of keep a heads up on that. So if you don't have any onions in your pile, but you have a lot of carrots, this would probably be a good card to have. Okay. So like I said, for each turn, you can choose 2 from the veggie market, or you can choose 1 point card. So let me just choose 2, for instance, here. I'm going to choose a carrot. Actually, yeah, let's do a carrot. And let's get a lettuce. Okay. So I take 2, I set them face up in front of me. Everything is face up. So everyone can see what you have going on. Okay. As soon as you take the 2 out from the veggie marketplace, you got to replace them immediately. And from the same row. So this one's going to be replaced here, and this one will replace that, and so on. So say the next person will draw theirs. Say they want to go, let me get a cabbage and an onion. Okay, say that they take those 2. Okay. So what you do is you just replenish the marketplace after you're done. Pepper and tomato. Okay, you're done there. Now, say, for instance, I want to say, okay, I want to grab a point card here. I'm going to grab, let's see. I'm going to grab this one. Now, this one shows for every 3 lettuce that I have, I get 8 points. So say, for instance, if at the end of the game I have 6 lettuce, then I'm going to get 16 points because it's a combination. So if you have a combination for every 3 that you have, you get 8 points, and so on. Okay. So say I have a point card over here. And later on down the road, I get a few more here. Let me just kind of put a couple, that's like this, and then we'll replenish some here. And this is for game's sake. Let me put a lettuce. Oh, actually, we'll leave that there. We'll replenish this, and this is what the market looks a little later on when I start having a few veggies here. And let me get another point card here. For instance, let me get one that has, to show you. Let me take this lettuce and put this over here. Okay, let's do this. So, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So for instance, I have a couple point cards here, and I've got my things here. What I can do is, say on my turn, I take 2 of these, okay, I replenish this. At the end of that turn, I can say, you know what? I want to use one of my point cards. And what you can do on a point card, the reason why they have the veggies on the front, like I mentioned earlier, is after you take your turn, after you take a point card or you take 2 veggies, you can actually flip one of your point cards per turn, flip it over, and utilize that veggie on the bottom. So now I have 3 lettuce, and guess what? That just takes care of this card right here. So I can do that per card, but you cannot turn a veggie into a point card, okay? You can turn a point card into a veggie, but you cannot go the other way. You can't take a veggie and turn it into a point card. You can't do that, okay? And you just keep going until you pretty much run out, actually until you do run out of cards. Now say for instance you're going through and you know, one of these draw piles is gone. And that's going to happen. Eventually you deplete it. All you do is you pretty much from the biggest stack, whatever biggest stack it is, and just take a few and put them over here. And then you continue on. So you don't just not use that row. You just kind of move some over from the biggest row and kind of put them over there. And then you just continue the game until all the cards are taken. So I just wanted to let you know about that too. And at the end of the round, pretty much what you'll do is you'll tally up. You'll have a few point cards over here, whatever, and he'll have a few point cards over here and a lot more veggies and stuff. And what you do is just go through each card. Okay, how many, this is a combo here. How many carrots and onions do I have? And you can see I have, actually I don't have any onions at all. But say I had an onion over here, then I would get 5 points for this combo. Okay. If I had 2 carrots and 2 onions, then I would get 10 points and so on. And then I put that aside and I get you should have a pencil and pad with you. That way you can kind of tabulate all your points. Now say you have one over here. Say you have 2 carrots equal 5 points and I only have 1 carrot. That's okay. You just get 0 points for the card. You will not get -5. You don't get negative points for point cards that you don't take care of. So that's fine. So that's good too. You could take a point card and it's like, oh, I didn't get that. Oh well. Like here we got some interesting ones like this. The fewest total veggies. So you have the less amount of veggies than everybody else. You actually get 7 points if you have this card in your point pile. So it's really cool. There's so many different combinations. Like this here. You get 2 points for every onion, 1 point for every cabbage, but you get -2 for every tomato. So it's very, very fun. It's really cool. And if you have only 2 players, you might go through this pretty quickly. So if you want to have a little more fun with it, you can maybe play 2 or 3 rounds. And whoever has the most points after that wins, and so on. You can do that as well. So just depending on how many players you have. Because it does say on the box it takes about 15 to 30 minutes. But when you have only 2 players, you might roll through this really quickly. And we say, you know what, we'll play 3 rounds. Let's do 3 rounds. And whoever has the most points wins. You can do that too. So that's pretty much how you play Point Salad. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to click on the like button down below, along with hitting the subscribe and the bell buttons. That way you're notified when my next video uploads. If you enjoyed the game and you went out and purchased the game and loved it, let me know in the comments down below. I would really love to know that you did that. And also, this channel is all about bringing friends and family together 30 minutes at a time. Until next video, happy gaming!